Start of my day, day 30. Good morning. It's day 30. A little break in the weather, at least in the wind. Let's see. Today there's a light snow and snow on the ground. So it's fairly cold. The forecast has at least, a little improvement in the warmth later on. So high hopes for that. So just to catch up on a couple things, the Roadway Inn that I stayed at, it was dumpy. The restaurant was closed. I lucked out and got a pizza. The guy who ran the place was just ordering one, so I ordered one, and another hiker came along. Yesterday, the rain turned to sleet, and it was just rainy and cold above freezing. It was fairly miserable for even 10 miles. Just, wow. In my rain pants. My rain pants are great. I mean, they pack down small, they're light. I can take them off and on while standing on the trail. The main thing you want out of a rain pant, though, is they're waterproof and they leak. My pants get soaked every time I wear them. I thought it was my jacket for a while. It's not my jacket. My jacket's a Champ. It's great. The zippers are waterproof. It works out well. So the rain pants are a fail. I got to figure out what I'm going to do about those. But I don't think I'll have to worry about that today. Hopefully. Anyway, I'll show you a couple sights and sounds as I go throughout the day. Hopefully we'll see some improvement in the weather. What I forgot to mention, the Quaterway Inn. It was a great place. It's just a farmhouse hostel. Very accommodating, really nice. Enjoyed my time there and ate quite a bit and had a good breakfast. And a good group of people there. Sounds like they're just hostel hopping for the next little bit, and they have been. Anyway, sounds like a good way to go. See that? That is called hope. All right, on a snow day, here's what I'm about to do. I gotta cross this thing because the bridge is out. So I'm gonna quickly take my shoes and socks off, cross, put them back on, and start hiking to warm up. So, not much talking until I get up in the hills and warm. I made it. Snow's coming down again. Late in the afternoon, there's still snow on the ground and it is still cold. There was a really good shelter that I just stopped in, had a break in, but I decided to hike on a tent, so Been wearing the full armada of cold weather gear today. But it's been a okay day hike, and I've just gone really slow. Just there we go. A little sunshine for a second. Feeling pretty good. So let's see, catch you up on a couple things. Last weekend, I listened to Bob Seger. Yesterday in the rain and sleet, Bob Marley. And to finish off, musicians named Bob. I'm about to hit a little Bob Dylan for my afternoon, round it out. I'll probably find someplace fairly early and settle down and just get in my sleeping bag and stay warm. All right. It has been a pretty day though. And it's been, the funny thing is crossing that stream, I was a little worried about that because of the snow and the cold, and it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. And it was actually one of the more pleasant part of my day. All right, see ya. That out there is Burke's Garden. And this is a trail around the rim. It's like 4 by 8 miles, and it said something about a limestone sinkhole. It's just looks like a big crater. It's really pretty though. After a long, hard day, camp for the night. And it's a good one. Good morning, day 31. Last night, it was really cold. It was in the low 20s. I stayed warm, had all my warm sleeping gear on. So that was fine. It was all good. End of a long day yesterday, and today it was cold this morning. The sun's out, so there's hope that it'll get warm up a bit, get a little better. So yesterday, instead of staying at that shelter, I decided to move on. As I said, the reason was there's a convenience store deli, something like that, serves food. It was 22 miles out from that. Can you hear that? There's water under the rocks. It's pretty cool. So I didn't want to, 22 miles, I wanted to stop there, and that's, near the end of my day. That wouldn't work. So I hiked on, and actually it was a good move. I didn't regret it at all. I got that good camp spot. So I'm about 15 miles from there, 14, 15 from the campsite. So I'll get there early, midday, and be able to grab something to eat and then hike on. All right, I'll show you where I'm hiking and some of the sights and sounds of the day. Working my way up this hill after going down. We've been going down for about an hour and a half or so. And here I find out why. But this one has a bridge. So I'm climbing up out of that creek, and one of the ways you can tell if you're near the top or think you're near is you just look across and look up and think, okay, I have a ways to go. I thought I'd share some things about the physical adaptation and a couple plans that are coming up. feel physically like I'm ready to hike now, and I have been for a few weeks. And mentally also. But is it know thyself, or the truth shall make you free, and that one interpretation is knowing the truth about yourself. And one is not a very competitive person, and I don't like to. I have a schedule going in. As Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And so my plan, you know, sort of once I start hiking is, I look at it, but it doesn't rule my days. And I don't mind hiking really far and going far, but I don't like having the pressure of doing a bunch of miles day after day. I could probably do it, but then the pressure of it makes it worse. So I sort of go just by feel, and if I feel like hiking far, I do, and if I feel like I need a little break, I try and take a break. It's probably the best way for me to work. It's one of those things where I've learned that I don't make any critical decisions. You know, like and I haven't felt like quitting, but if I feel like quitting, I just, in the snowstorm or in the rainstorm, I never make a decision about something important at the wrong time. It has to be at the right time. So I just will put that decision off for, say, I won't make that decision for 2 days. And then, you know, it really lets things settle out. So for that, the physical preparation was different this time. It was more, I kept the running in, but it was minimal. I always have a good base, so I wasn't worried about that. It would come back quickly, but I focused on strength, and I really think it showed and helped. The strength training wasn't great. I'm not very strong, and I don't adapt very well, but it really worked and helped out. So I do have a schedule, though. My daughter Paige is getting married in the first week of May, and there's a reception in Utah the week after. So I'll be off trail for about 10 days in the first week of May, and I have a flight booked out of DC. I think it's on the 5th or something. And so I do have to figure out how to catch a ride and get there, which is not a problem. I'll be able to figure that out. That's just in a few weeks here. So I'm just looking forward to the wedding, seeing family and friends, and eating a little bit. My favorite subject on here, apparently. If it was warmer, that'd be a sweet swimming hole. The Bushy Mountain Outpost. The sun's out. Just had a burger and soda at the Bushy Mountain Cafe. I probably would have had more, but halfway through eating my burger, I just questioned the hygiene practices of the kitchen and just thought I better not push my luck. The shadows are getting longer, and my day's about a little over an hour from finishing. I'll set up my tent at a shelter tonight. It's been a long day. It's been a really good day. Moved well and just felt good. Spent the last little bit listening to a little selection of Rush, and during that time I passed the 600 mile mark, so that's nice. Tomorrow I'm gonna hit resupply point. I'll probably just grab my box and keep going. There's a town the day after that I'll get to that I think I'll spend most of my time in. I'm still looking for a spoon. The one I got, just for the record, was in a sealed container, but it's time to probably replace that with something a little more durable. It's doing the trick. All right, let me show you the hill I'm going up, and then I might show a picture of my tent. Otherwise, we'll catch up tomorrow. So I gotta cross the stream. Good morning. Day 32. I just scared up a couple of wild turkeys that were running around in the brush. I stayed at that shelter last night with my tent, and it was a good night's sleep. Heading into a place called Trent's Groceries. It's a roadside gas station, convenience store, resupply. We're gonna pick up a resupply box about 5 miles out, and I might be in time to get some breakfast, so we'll see. I'll let you know afterwards. I'll show you a shot of earlier that I had of the hills. It was really pretty. This thing is shaking. So, stopped in at Trent's Groceries, had my faith in old rundown stores restored. Had a BLT sandwich with an egg. Actually, I had 2 of them. Ate one and then one for the road, and a soda, and got my resupply and got that all set, and called Marion and just, talked to some old guy at the store. Came out and we just talked for a while. He lives around here, and just a pleasant time there. So now I'm just heading down the trail. Tomorrow I'll head into Pearisburg and laundry and shower and stay the night. And it's a little bigger town. I don't think it's that big, but I'll try and get a few resupplies. Anyway, I'll show you anything good that's happening today. So down there is Trent's Groceries. That's where I was at. And down the trail. Yep, it's rain. End of a long day. I just got cleaned up and into camp. I camped a little earlier just because I found a spring and didn't have to go as far, and then I knew this would be a good campsite. I'll show you my tent camp setup, and then I'll show you the view just around the corner here. Good morning, day 33. I'm about 10 miles, or 9 miles now from Pearisburg. It's about a mile off the trail. So I'm gonna get into town and do a few chores, take care of some business. And then this one, I'll just wrap this video up with this. Probably show a few sights and sounds or anything that's interesting. Otherwise, I'll see you down the trail. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but that is Pearisburg down there, and I'm about a little less than 3 miles out.